So here I am, it's Friday, April the 10th, Good Friday 2020, and I'm actually on the beach here at Walton on the Naze. Good Friday, of course, this beach will be absolutely crowded with people, but things are what they are this year. There's absolutely nobody on the beach at all, not even any dog walkers. If I just take the camera around 360 degrees, see there's absolutely nobody on the beach at all. There you go, absolutely nobody on the beach. Just go down to can't go right down to the water's edge because it's the beach is still rather wet, the tide's going out. But if I just pan around there, just about to see the pier over there. Nobody on the pier, that's closed. And of course all the businesses are closed apart from one or two supermarkets which have remained open. I think the seagulls are getting rather hungry because there's nobody here to feed them. Of course, this is the first time I've been outside for well over 3 weeks because I've had the virus myself. Fortunately, the last 4 or 5 days I've been pretty well back to normal, so this is the first time I've actually been outside for over 3 weeks, as I say. And it's lovely to feel the wind on my face and some lovely fresh air. Well, here I am. I'm on the by the sea here now, by the water coming in. Managed to find a little place on the sand where I can walk down. The beach is still pretty empty, although there has been a couple walking their dog. Just, I don't know if you can see them in the distance, well in the distance, but that's about the only people I've seen on the beach. This is the ice cream building, which would be absolutely packed with people buying ice creams and donuts and buckets and spades, but there's nobody here to, well, it's not even open, so nobody here to buy anything, and it's closed. So here I am with another walk along Walton Beach. This is Thursday, 23rd of April. There's a dog walker just over there. Not many other people about though. Pretty deserted. A group of lads just over there somewhere feeding the seagulls. This is the ice cream kiosk on the promenade, which of course is closed down. Just looking out to sea again there with the pier in the background. So this is the front of Walton Pier, which of course is closed down at the moment. You can't walk along the pier, which is a bit annoying. I said I'd take a walk along the beach. Ahead of me there you can see some relatively new beach huts on the prom. Just paying round, there's the pier. A couple of ladies there with a little girl. And tide's quite a long way out at the moment, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Still not many people on the beach, although there are a lot of people out and about, either taking a stroll, walking their dogs, or taking a bike ride along the prom. So there it is, and I'll turn around now and walk back to the flat. So, on my way back home now. Thought I'd do a pub crawl on the way back. Well, I can't have any pints, of course, because all the pubs are closed. But this is the first one, the Walton Tavern, right on the promenade. Used to go in it quite a bit, but not so much these days. It actually closed down for a year or two, but it opened up again under new management a few months ago. Although it's hardly the best time to take over a pub. There you go. Moving along from the tavern, I've taken a left turn into Old Pier Street, and the pub just there is the Royal Marine, where I spend, or usually spend, all my Sunday afternoons, having a laugh and a chat to all my friends. And literally a few further steps down from the Marine we come to the Victory, which has always been one of my favourite pubs. They quite often have music here on a Friday night, bands come here to play. That's on the corner of Old Pier Street and Suffolk Street. So there we have the Victory. And turning to the right, out of Old Pier Street into the High Street, we come to the Queen's Head, which is a very nice pub. They do music on a Sunday afternoon. Some of my friends, musician friends, regularly play or sing there. And there we have the Queen's Head. And just a few more steps along from the Queen's Head, there's the back of the Royal Albion. I'll just take a quick trip up the side road there and take a bit more film of the front of the pub. So there we are, this is the front of the Royal Albion. Just taking the camera down a little bit, there's some benches outside in front of the pub, which on a normal Thursday afternoon would be quite full of people knocking back the pints, but of course the pub is closed. And finally here's the bathhouse, which is my local, very much my local. It's only a few steps around the corner to my flat. You see the tables and chairs outside once again. Sometimes the landlord's son entertains musically. And there's the Marine Parade there. And the prom. So turn the clock forward a few months. It's now Friday the 6th November and the country has just started its period of a second lockdown because of the virus. And as you can see, it's quite a rough sea here today. So I'm going to point out a few things in Walton on the Naze. There's a statue here to Private Herbert Columbine, who was killed in action in World War One, but he's very much a hero locally, and that's a statue which was erected just a few years ago. I'm standing now by the Royal Marine public house. This is where I was earlier in the video, but I thought I'd just point out a few takeaways and restaurants that are in the area. In this road you've got, beside the Seaside Cafe, next to it is my favourite eatery in the town. That's a Thai restaurant which is open for takeaways only at the moment because of the virus, of course. Just panning round, there's a second-hand kind of little antique shop there. But on the corner there's Yates's fish and chip shop, one of the many fish and chip shops in the town. The family pizza company is on the corner there. Just there is the Victory pub, which was also pointed out earlier in the video. And there's a pizza place there called Barbecue House. Just here there's the Round Tables family restaurant, and there's another pizza place there, and the Good Taste Cafe. On the corner of Station Road and New Piers Street, that's the Emmanuel Church, where I've actually played music in that church. I organised a little concert in there of with two of my friends, and we each did a half-hour session of our own style of contemporary folk music. And I've actually got my own music website, which I'll give details to at the end of the video. But I'm on my way up New Piers Street to just have a look at the RNLI Centre. That's another shot of the pier, which of course is closed again because of the virus. But if I just turn the camera around, just opposite there's the RNLI shop and main centre. So just have a walk around there. Around the side of the building they've got details of the missions that they've been sent out on. If I just close up close to the... They've been actually saving lives here since 1884. First one was done of Christmas Day on that year. And as you can see, right round the building there's many instances where the lifeboat has been called out. Looks like they haven't actually caught up to 2020 with the plaques on the wall, but the most recent on the wall is on the 29th of November 2015, where a yacht was brought in and two were rescued. And here's All Saints Church, the main church in the town. There's a plaque on the gate here which says it was built between 1874 and 1896, with the original church falling into the sea in 1798, no doubt due to the coastal erosion. In spite of the coronavirus, the church is actually open today, so I'm going to just have a walk inside. Back outside now, of course, and I'm going to take a stroll up the high street, which kind of begins just here. Just here there's a second-hand music shop. It sells CDs, but more importantly it sells second-hand vinyl albums, which go back to kind of 70s. So if collecting old records is your hobby, then this is the shop for you. I've actually sold quite a few vinyl albums here myself. Just here there's another cafe called the Singing Kettle, quite well known in the area. When I used to come here with the family in the early 60s, we used to go to that cafe quite regularly. It was called the Singing Kettle then, and it still is now. Of course it's closed at the moment because of the virus, and also because it's been for sale for a few months, but it's just been sold, so perhaps it'll open again quite soon. Food shops are open in the lockdown. Tesco Express and the Co-op are the two in the high street, but quite recently a large Marks and Spencer's and also an Aldi were built, and they're just round the corner in Kirby Road. And there's the rather small public library in the high street, which is open only on certain days and certain times of the day. Right opposite, that's Bartle's hardware shop, a very handy little shop. That's Tollgate Fisheries in the centre there, my own favourite chippy in the town. And on the corner is White's Pie and Mash Cafe. So if pie and mash is your type of food, then that's the place for you. There's a building there which used to be the post office. It's now a nursery at one end of the building. The post office now has been transferred over to the Co-op. Just here is the Co-op. And next to the Co-op is the Queen's Head Public House. And just before reaching the traffic lights, there's a little card shop there, a tattoo parlour, a gents' barbers, and another cafe called the Potato Shack. There's also a rather nice little coffee shop there called Jojo's. Another couple of fish and chip shops here. Just here there's a biker's cafe called Revved Up. I'm not a biker myself, but I do pop in there for a coffee occasionally. Have a word with Paul, the owner, and the bikers. And just next door is, well, Shells, where she sells seashells on the seashore, or something like that. And just out of the high street there's Kino Amusements, which obviously is closed because of the virus, but of course that used to be the town cinema, but it hasn't been a cinema for many years.